Okay, you're good.
Good. All right. Good morning, students. You made it to the final part of the lesson, part 3. Do you guys know what we're gonna do today?
Yeah.
What we're gonna do today, Celestia?
We said that we're gonna read the last chapter, chapter 8 and chapter 9, I think. Which is this one. And we're gonna compare all the stories.
Compare all the stories. What about Jeremiah? I saw your hands were up. Thank you for your input. You're almost right. Let's see if Jeremiah could get us there. Jeremiah, what was the last thing we're gonna do in the last lesson?
Today we were gonna compare how Aladdin and how Alice in Wonderland, how are they different and how are they the same?
The same. Good job, boys. So unfortunately, we're not gonna do the last story, Sebastian, but we're gonna do the first 2 stories. I think 3 stories will be a lot to compare and contrast, so we'll stick to 2. Now, before we begin, what stories were there?
There were Aladdin
And
Alice in Wonderland
Alice in
and
Wonderland.
the Open World Part 1.
Part 1. That's the 3rd story, but we won't do that. Remember, only 2 stories, because 3 stories will be a lot of work. I want you guys to be able to use 2 stories.
We need like 2 circles and then put the same thing in the middle.
So you do get it. Yes,
Yeah, I know.
you're getting ahead of yourself. But now, what were the stories about, girls? I want the girls to participate too. What were the stories about? You could tell me who was in the story, what was it about? Go ahead. Sayana?
The story was about Aladdin and a magician that pretended to be his uncle.
Pretended to be his uncle. So I heard 2 things. I heard 2 specific things. What were we learning overall? What are those elements that we're gonna use to compare and contrast? Story elements. And Sayana, what element were you using right now? That you talked about the magician and Aladdin. What element is that?
Characters.
Which element?
It's characters.
Characters. Yes, it is characters. Remember, today we're gonna compare and contrast, and we're gonna use the story elements.
Put in the characters, settings, and animals and game together, or
Yes, we are. And you guys still have your sticky notes on your book, right?
yes.
We're gonna use those, and also remember your story element worksheet. I'm gonna pass those out when we get to that segment, and we're gonna do it. All right? So just give me a second. We'll get there. All right? Sophia, anything else you want to add on?
No.
Boys,
anything?
Yeah.
What would you like to add on, Jeremiah?
I remember from Alice in Wonderland, it was like really odd because everyone was like kind of crazy and mad. And for Aladdin, I think it was like even good, but it's like, but in Alice is like it was really crazy and odd.
I remember in our stories that our theme that we made together in our entry charts for Alice, it was strange things happen in Wonderland, and then in Aladdin we put that good will always win and bad will lose. That's good that you're using elements to describe things that are the same and different, because are both stories the same? Are they the same?
No, but
No, right?
sometimes they could be the same.
Some aspects of it are the same.
Like kind of like I would say Goldilocks and
Three bears?
the 3 little pigs are really different, but they both have houses.
Yes, the Goldilocks, 3 bears, and the 3 little pigs. You're comparing that story.
And they both have animals.
Yeah, they do. That's a similarity as well as a difference. You're talking about one has pigs and the other one has what?
Bears.
Bears. That's different. So,
And a wolf.
The teacher, comparing and the red and the contrasting.
Don't get ahead of me. Now I want to explain this new anchor chart that I have here. You guys know this one. Is this new to you guys?
No,
We did this too. I explained these. These are sentence starters for the story elements, but now we have compare and contrast sentence starters. But before we get there, I want to actually explain my compare and contrast anchor chart, which you guys already know. It's just a quick little review. compare and contrast is your ability to tell the differences and the similarities in the story and explain how are they different
And
or how are they
same.
the same or both. You could be different and the same. For example, right here, look. We have an example here. We have the color red. We have different items. These are what? What is this one?
An
Apple.
An apple, and then this one?
Tomato.
Tomatoes. So similar, they're what? They're both
Red.
red. Okay, now, different. I have an apple and a tomato. How are they different? Who wants to tell me? Jeremiah?
The apple is a fruit and the tomato is a vegetable.
Vegetable. Anything else?
Vegetable. And then for same thing, same is that both of them have vegetables and fruits.
Uh-huh.
And different is that they have like, so different is like they have
Do they taste the same?
no
No, that's another difference.
spicy,
Uh-huh. The chili, the red chili is
It's
spicy.
spicy.
What about the
It's
cherries? What is that?
sweet.
Sweet, right? Thank
It's
you. Let's see what Sayana has to
And kind
contribute.
of sour.
Go ahead, tell me. They're different shape as well. I saw that the apple and the tomato are almost the same, but are they the same?
No, because the apple is like a taller and the tomato like oval.
Uh-huh, more
It's kinda more
oval.
thicker.
Thank you. Last thing, Jeremiah, go ahead.
I know how they're kind of like the same.
How are they the same?
They both have the same color as red, and they both have like green stuff on top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They do. They're
But
all
the
red,
apple-
but they
but-
stem, their little stem plant thingy that
Yeah,
they hang on to a tree or a vine is green.
And also, the apple, it's different from the others because it tastes kind of sweet, and it has like, like those brown things that
The
they have on
seeds?
top.
Uh-huh. The
They
seeds.
have seeds, and the rest don't.
Tomatoes don't have seeds?
They do have seeds, but they're different colors.
They're different. Yeah, okay. So they both
Oh,
have
that's right.
seeds, but they're not the same. They don't look the same, right? Yeah, that's one similarity
Different
and or
The different
difference.
colors and different sizes.
yes. See? So you could be similar or be completely different, or you could be a mixture of two. You could be the same but also still be different, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's Ayana. I saw your hand was up. Did you want to add one last thing? No, you're good. All right. I'm pretty sure they already said something that you were going to say, but that's okay. You're good? Yeah. All right. And lastly, I want to introduce my sentence starters because I want you guys to use sentence starters if you need them just to assist you. Let's say you want to compare what are the same. You will say for both stories. Remember, how many stories do we have? Two. For both stories, I think that what are we learning about?
Story
Element. And what's one? Name one. For
Characters?
characters. All right. In this example I'm using for both stories, I think that the characters are the same because
Both of them?
or sorry, Susan. I'll get you right now. Or for both stories, I think that the characters are different because . And then one last one. This one's tricky, but if you guys can do this example, that would be amazing because this one takes both similarities and difference. For both stories, I think that the characters, which is a story element, are the same because . But I also think that they are different because. So this one you're explaining why the characters are the same and why are they different. Jeremiah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, for an example, like for Aladdin.
Oh wait. An example? I want you to save that for another segment. I don't want your idea to go out there right now because we're gonna have a segment.
Can we do like the three little pigs?
I was gonna.
You could use the Three Little Pigs and Goldilocks as an example right now. But I don't use the story yet because I want you to save that for when we do the activity. I don't want you guys to spoil it for us. So you have an example or? All right, go ahead. And remember, Three Little Pigs and Goldilocks. We're using an
For the
example.
three little pigs, they all made houses.
Can you use
They're-
my sentence starter?
For both
For both
stories,
stories.
I think that the story element or story element
Which is, in this example,
characters,
characters. I heard houses though.
And
I heard
settings.
The setting, characters and settings are the same.
Because
Because.
Houses.
they both have houses in the story.
But
But I also think they're different because they are like
Because like Goldilocks has
Goldilocks
one person.
only has like one person, but from the Three Little Pigs, it's only animals.
only animals. All right then. Yeah, that is true. We'll have Sebastian and then we'll have Itzayana. All right.
So from Goldilocks and so for both stories, I think the characters are the same because both of them have three animals. But Goldilocks is like one. But I just want to add that both of them for different. They had their own stories. Like the wolf was trying to eat them, and Goldilocks finally went home. So she like found three beds. Like only one of them was comfortable, and like one chair was comfortable, and the soup was just white. So they have like different stories.
Yes, they do.
And same like elements.
You use the same story element, which is characters, but you explain how they're the same and how are they different. Good job. Itzayana, do you have one? No?
Did I say it?
Did they say it? All right. All
I
right.
have another one.
We'll save it for right now. All right. We'll save it. I want you guys to do the activity and use all your ideas in that activity. I don't want to spoil anything for no one else. Thank you though for contributing. Now, I want you to work with your partners and tell each other what elements you're going to use and how are they different, how are they the same, or how are they different and the same. You can use any story elements. Remember, you're sharing because the next activity after that one is gonna be your compare and contrast worksheet where we're gonna share our ideas.
It's just like the soccer thing. Yeah, like made two soccer, and then like there was like a small one in the middle that you put the same, and then the different and the
external side, yes.
I don't want to weigh. I had reading how many.
So now, using your notes and your worksheet that
I don't have my notes.
I collected from you guys, I want you guys to share ideas and spark ideas of how you're going to complete your Venn diagram, your circle comparing and contrast Venn diagram. Let's go with those steps here. Sophia, Jeremiah, Andrea. That is Alice in Wonderland. Now here's your Aladdin worksheet.
Gracias.
You're welcome.
Grass.
Remember, you're just sharing what element you want to talk about in each story. And just to preview how you're gonna do it in the Venn diagram worksheet that will pass out in a bit.
I'm gonna do. You're gonna do Aladdin.
Do Alice. No, I'm doing Alice.
Fine.
I'm doing characters. So you're doing.
Alright, so
Like
choose one story element.
Like
Let's try setting. What is the setting for Aladdin? Persia. Alright, so you guys have that the same. What about the setting for Alice in Wonderland?
Okay, you guys
The riverbank, and you have England, and then you have the grand door, the garden, and the forest, and you have riverbank. You guys have that the same. Now, would that be a similarity or a difference? Well, between you girls and your worksheets is the same. Now, let's expand that into the stories. In Aladdin's setting of Persia and Alice's setting of Riverbank, are they the same? No, right? What is Persia like? Deserty, right? And what is the riverbank?
Are different because
Like, let's see, there's a picture of it. More like more calmer, right?
In the desert.
More plants, So in one setting, more colorful, yes. Yeah, so you can see in the desert, it's like dry, just one color, right? And then you guys are saying that the riverbank has what? Green, brown, Yes, it's more. Where would you rather be, in the riverbank or in the Persia, the desert?
Alice,
The riverbank, right?
So the
So,
characters are the characters.
Is that you're using
The
settings?
dormouse,
That's
the
what
rabbit,
you have in common. That you're using the settings from both stories. But are the settings the same?
And then
No, they're
Alice,
different, right?
the sister,
So in that section,
the
are you
bad
comparing
power,
as in the same, or are you contrasting as in different?
Contrasting,
yes.
and
So in your Venn
what
diagram,
Cheshire
are they
cat?
gonna be in the
Actually,
center part of the Venn diagram? Or are they gonna be separate from each other? Separate, right? Because they are different. There you go. Now do the same.
Okay, and then another
Try maybe an
one,
event from the story, or
Aladdin,
try a theme from the
the
story.
Solus,
Let's see how the boys are doing.
the wife, the mom, the tailor, the genie, and the magician.
You guys really love characters, huh?
I'm the characters, and he's doing the setting.
Ooh,
I wanted
two
to do the
different.
character.
You could do the characters as well.
I know, but I want it to be like different, so like we can more to like finger, like to more to like say.
All right, so you're using characters. Let's go with Sebastian first, and then we'll do setting with Jeremiah.
Okay, characters.
Characters, are you saying that they're different? Are you saying that they're the same? Or are you saying they're both the same?
I'm saying that there's.
You want the character? You can do characters.
I think, but I'm saying different because those animals and only human. And this one is caterpillar, dormouse. Like I always thought of animals, caterpillar, dormouse, rabbit, the brown rabbit and the white rabbit, and then yeah, that's it. And then Alice, the sister, the Mad Hatter, the Queen of Hearts, and probably the Cheshire Cat,
Chester Cat.
but I cannot fit it.
Yes, you are right. That there are humans here only, and right here we have humans and animals, right?
Yeah, he also has like the animals are talking too, so like that's kind of strange.
Right.
That could be different.
What was that one word that when a character that isn't a human takes a human form?
I forgot.
Personification. Remember? Personification.
I forgot to say it.
Yeah, but it's okay. We'll review it. Jeremiah, I have an interesting question with what Sebastian said. Jeremiah, Sebastian said that they're different because this story has animals and Aladdin just has humans. But can you find a similarity between even that? That even though Alice in Wonderland has animals, but don't they have humans too? Who's the human in Alice in Wonderland? Let's see your notes.
The sister,
Uh-huh.
the sister, and Alice, the Queen of Hearts.
Uh-huh. So, is that
Wait, I think there's one
a
more.
similarity or a difference? That they're using
And the Mad Hatter.
in the Mad Hatter, they're humans. And then in Aladdin we have humans. Is that the same or different?
Different.
Wait,
but you're saying the people, so that's the same.
Ah.
But then Alice also has some animals. It has caterpillar, dormouse, rabbit, the white rabbit, and then the Cheshire Cat. Yeah.
Chester Cat, yes. So, can they also be the same and different in this example?
Maybe yeah, because they're the same and different.
Yes.
It's
So,
different.
so it's different because this story only has humans and this one has both.
Yeah.
So this one doesn't have animals.
So same, but like has animals.
But Jeremiah, how are they the same though, the characters? How are they the same?
They're the same because Aladdin is a boy. Alice, well, technically it's like one boy in Aladdin and one girl. That's the mom. And another boy. There's like I think 3 boys in Aladdin and like 2 girls because Aladdin's mom, that's 1, and the wife, that's 2. And the Sultan,
That's another male character.
the Aladdin,
There's 2 male.
the
And then
genie.
Alice, Genie. What about an Alice?
Alice, there's only like
3.
3,
Alice, the
only
sister, or 4. The sister.
3 girls and
One boy, because it's the Mad Hatter.
yeah,
Yes.
only 1 boy and 3 girls.
But you're saying something about Aladdin is young. What about Alice? Is she old or young?
She's young, because she's a
young.
kid.
So is that similar or different in the story?
Different.
No, wait, remember.
Wait, same because both.
Aladdin is young and Alice is young. Is that the same or different?
The same.
The same, right?
Aladdin, he's like a teenager, but Alice is like a kid.
Yeah.
But like, wait, I was gonna say Alice, but she got bigger and she got tinier. With the bottle, I think she got bigger, and the cake made her smaller.
Yes.
But the caterpillar said
It was the
they
other
had
way.
yeah.
It was the other way.
Yeah.
Or was it the
No, yeah. Oh, she drank it. And
the bottle made her
smaller.
smaller, right?
Yeah.
And then the cake
made her bigger.
bigger. There
And
you
she
go.
when she was small, she couldn't get the key. But and then she got big, she could get the key. But the caterpillar. But the
Wait, let him
caterpillar.
finish a little bit.
Wait, the caterpillar said that well, you don't get bigger or like smaller if you eat something. Because she said that there's only two sides. One will make it bigger, and one will make it smaller.
And the mushroom right here, he was sitting on the mushroom or a leaf? What was it, Jeremiah?
When the caterpillar went away and Alice ate both, but first Alice ate both of the mushroom sides, both of them, and then she became normal size.
Normal size. Oh. Nice.
So like for Aladdin, nothing crazy happens except when they when the genie appears. But for Alice, a lot of crazy stuff happens.
Yes.
Like cause she gets bigger, then she gets smaller, and then medium size.
I like those ideas. We'll save the idea because I want to go on that, but I don't want to spoil it for your worksheet because I like that. That's another example of something, but I don't want to ruin that because I want you to use it in your worksheet. I'm going to help you on that part. Let's say on the last part. Sorry? You guys already finished it?
Okay, you're doing cake, right?
You compare your worksheet? Alright then. Now that we have that time to share with each other and spark ideas, I'm going to bring the diagram, the Venn diagram. I know Sebastian was saying how it's a circle, but when I did the worksheet, the Google Docs doesn't let me do circles for right now. So I did a square, but it's the same thing. As you can see here, we have differences.
We did that when you book, you know, to read the body skeleton. So we did that with the like muscle system, the nervous system. It has that.
It has the same list?
Yeah.
Oh, then you guys are no strangers to this then.
Yeah, I know it.
Remember, one size for Aladdin, one size for Alice.
Yeah,
Why are they
same.
separate? Why, Sebastian?
Because you know how one is different and the other is different, but the one in the middle is the same.
The same. So in the middle we have Aladdin and Alice. Because they both, we want to put it the same.
Yeah, like
Alright?
both of them are humans, both of them are kids.
Yes. Write down your ideas. If you need help, let me know.
Okay. Can we do all of them? Like
You can do any elements you want. You can do all of them or just some of them. You're not limited to just one element. Remember, you had characters, but if you want to do settings, you can do settings. The girls were doing settings. If they want to do character or event or theme, they could do it. And remember, we have our anchor charts here from our work that we previously did for Alice in Wonderland and Aladdin. So you can use that as notes as well as your worksheet from your previous story element. You can use that for your notes as well. I see Sophia's putting the desert for Aladdin. She's using settings. Jeremiah's putting something. Let him finish his idea. Go ahead.
the theme and theme for Mad and Strange and Good and Bad is the same thing.
Alright, so in events we have Aladdin, you put good and bad, and good always wins, right?
Yeah.
And then for Alice in Wonderland, Mad Stranger. Strange things happen, right?
Yeah, it's not the same thing, but this one has good.
Well, I feel, do you think saying good and bad always wins is the same as saying strange things happen?
Kind of, cause luckily like you don't get bad never happens, but it happens because some people are like crazy. So
Does strange things happen in Aladdin?
kind of like those like eventually for like a genie killed him, there was a magician.
So you could put that. You could put that. Strange things happen in Alice, which will be an event. You could name an event, and then in Aladdin, you can name an event of something strange happening. That's a good observation. I never thought of that. That even though there's a lot of strange things happening in Alice, Sebastian said that the genie in Aladdin is a strange thing that happens in Aladdin. So that's two similarities. That strange things happen also in Aladdin. I like that. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
I was gonna go to the meeting, but I know one and I'm gonna say it to you.
Go ahead. But I want you to write it as well, so we can have it. Tell me.
So, I know the things that are similar because they're both young. They both have people kind of taking care of them, like sister for Alice and then the mom for Aladdin.
Yes.
And they both have like kind of strange and weird people. Like the magician was kind of weird because when he was kind of laughing, and for Alice, like a lot of people were like mad and crazy always.
All right. I like those. You have more than one similarity. Go ahead. You guys really love the similarities. I thought the finding things that are similar is gonna be the hardest, but you guys really love that. You guys really find it real fast. All right. To make it a little challenging, I want you to maybe use one story element that is the same and also different. I want, see, you don't have to, but I want that challenging. I want you to say this is the same because da da da, and it's also different because da da da. You don't have to feel obligated to do that, but I feel like you guys need more of a challenge. But other than that, we're still working on the worksheet, and I'll hop around and hear your ideas. Person, it was real. It was all a dream. Oh, I like that. It's Ayana saying that Aladdin, the events were happening in real life, and then in Alice, it was a dream. That's different.
Wait, Alice was a dream?
At the end,
Yeah.
remember her sister? Tell her that, oh, you had a dream of Wonderland. Remember?
Oh, because she said that it was a hot day and it made her sleepy.
Because her sister was reading what?
A book.
A book, and she thought it was very exciting, or she thought it was boring.
Boring.
Boring, so she just took a little nap. Yeah.
A long nap.
A long, weird, strange
A
nap.
long nap and a long dream of strange things. But it seemed real, right?
Yes, dreams sometimes seem real.
What is a dream?
Go ahead. I like that. I like your similarities and your differences. I see you're using settings. Let's see. Remember, I want one difference in Aladdin as well. What's one different thing? What story element are you using in Aladdin? An event, a character, setting. An event? Go ahead, put an event. I'll come back when it's ready so you can share with me. We have settings that are different. I like that. Oh my God. A lot of ideas. I'll give you guys maybe 2 or 3 minutes depending. I feel like you guys have a lot of ideas. Maybe I'll expand it to 5 minutes. Where we had what are similar for themes. Where we have settings. I see some events. And I see some character similarities. We have how they're both young, and how are they different? Well, one story has animals and humans, and the other one just has humans. animals, yeah. Then this side you have Wonderland.
Yeah,
What about
of course.
animals? What about Persia? Animals? Oh, you mean animals in Alice, or what do you mean by animals in Alice in Latin? It's alright, it's alright. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
itchy.
You're itchy.
I showered yesterday, but I'm still itchy.
Alright, it's alright.
Got it.
Let's see. In both stories, one person is mean and strange. That is true. Ooh.
The magician was named Aladdin, and Queen of Hearts was
Mean. Uh-huh.
Alice.
That is true. Ooh, I like that. It's Ayana saying that in both stories there are mean characters. In Aladdin, who was mean in Aladdin?
Magician.
The magician. And in Alice in Wonderland, who was
Queen of Hearts.
the Queen of Hearts. I like that. Think it, Jeremy?
Also, and then I know how the ghost story for both stories like the characters are kind of like the same.
Mhm.
Like
How are they the same?
they're both the same because for they both only to say they're both the same because they're both young and they're old people. Like the mom takes care of Aladdin also, and Alice also takes care of
Is taken care of by.
Alice,
But who takes care of Alice?
the sister.
There you go. So Aladdin is taken care of by his mom. And then Alice is taken care of by her
Sister.
sister. Yeah, that is a similarity. There you go. Alright, you guys doing a nice job. 2 more minutes and then we're gonna share, alright? Sorry, I've gone over some things with you guys, but I want you guys to share to the whole group. Finish your final thoughts. Are your story element charts helping you guys?
Yes.
For both stories, right? That's why I did it. So you guys could have
Also
those.
the Clezo book.
Also your sticky notes. You have certain things to reference from. You have your story element graphic organizer as well as your sticky notes in your book. And also your thoughts. Remember, you guys remember a lot of things real good. And all the ideas you guys share in your Think Pair Share moment where you share with a partner. You have those ideas as well. Alright, 1 more minute. Finish your final thoughts. Adventure. Adventure.
Like that.
Adventure. There you go. Couple of seconds left. Don't worry, as we switch to the next thing, you can finish your final thoughts. But you guys have a lot. Can't wait to hear those.
I'm checking my book now.
Okay, check your book, just double check. Go ahead, finish your final thoughts, Sophia.
I have so much of the similar.
Final moments, 10 more seconds. Don't worry, you can finish while we go on to the next part. But the next part is actually the sharing part.
Yes.
Ooh, get ready. I know you guys are excited.
I see one for Alice.
Alright, so now finish your final thoughts. For next segment, I want you guys to share 1 similarity and 2 differences. We're gonna go this way, alright, Jeremiah? We'll go this way. We'll start this way. You guys are sharing real good. Let's start with Sophia. 1 similarity and two differences. Go ahead.
Don't trust strangers. Follow strangers.
Strangers, all right. That's the difference for which what that is. What story element is that though? Don't trust strangers. Don't trust strangers. What element is that? Remember, we have this part. Don't. Theme. Don't. And for what story? Alice. That's one difference. The theme is that for Alice is don't trust strangers. What about Aladdin? What's Aladdin's theme, or what do you want to share that's different? He's older?
Yeah.
Oh. So Aladdin's older. Older than who though?
Alice.
Than Alice. So Alice is younger and Aladdin is older. That's different. But what do they have in common though? Both stories. What elements have in common? Right? Could be the characters that you were mentioning.
Strange things happen.
Strange things happen in both stories. All right. So how is that? What's strange about Aladdin?
That there was a genie.
There was a genie. That is strange. Now that is what's strange.
Alice, where there's a lot of.
Give me 1 second, Jeremiah. You'll share too. Don't worry. You'll get to share.
There's a lot of weird people.
Weird people. So both stories, strange things happen.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. Thank you, Sophia. Now it's a yeah now. You want to share similarity first or your differences? Okay, I'll read what Itayana put. She put that, let's see, where does it start, Itayana? Alright. So, Itayana's similarity is, in both stories, one person is mean. And strange things happen. So she's saying, this goes back to her idea that she shared with us, that who was mean in Aladdin?
And Aladdin was the magician.
Magician. And in Alice, who was mean?
The Queen of Hearts.
The Queen of Hearts. So that's the similarities, right?
The soul was good and the magician was evil.
So she also goes and continues and puts that they're both kids, they're both young. That's true. That's similar, and both adults talk to Aladdin, and both have adults as well. All right, now differences. It's what are your differences? Don't worry, if some ideas share, we could all have the same idea because remember, did we read different stories or did we all read the same stories?
Different stories.
We read different stories, but they're both the same stories, as in like
And we had
everyone read Aladdin and everyone read Alice, right?
we have different notes.
Different ones as well. What? Oh, one thing that has nothing to do with the storylines, but Itayana found that both characters' name starts with an A and then continues with an L. Oh, that's a good similarity. What is one difference from Aladdin that's different from Alice, Itayana?
Alice has and Aladdin has more characters.
Oh, so Itayana says Alice has more animal characters,
Yeah.
and then Aladdin has more human characters. That is true. That's the
Aladdin
difference.
has more animals as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Itayana.
Nobody would want to live in the desert.
Now, Jeremiah.
No one.
What, you want to share your similarity or your difference?
The similarity.
Similarity. What is the similarity between both stories, Jeremiah?
So, Italiana said mine, but I have another one. So, kind of like, well, I don't know if they're kind of like the same, but they both kind of went on an adventure.
They're both
Because
adventures.
Aladdin went to a cave, and Alice went to Wonderland, but it was in the dream, though.
So both have adventures that they venture into, right?
Yes.
Alright, I like that. Now, what are the differences in the story?
The difference, I feel like Aladdin, he had, the difference is he had more, like, I think he had more people.
More people, And Alice
I
had...
forgot what I was gonna say, but Alice had like more animals and like more mad people.
Alright.
And also like they also the difference because Aladdin gets a wife, but Alice doesn't get anyone. Only like she sees new characters, but none of them have. She doesn't get a wife because there's like no people, only like like 3 characters,
Uh-huh.
but there was more animals, and she can't marry an animal.
Oh, okay. I like that. Jeremiah says that in Aladdin meets some characters, and in meeting those characters who are human, he finds himself a wife. But in Alice, she meets characters, but most of them are what? Human or animal?
Animals.
Animals. And she doesn't. Does she get married or not?
No, because she can't marry animals.
Uh-huh.
She's like kind of too young.
Like 8 or
Yes,
9.
it's in.
And have a little, 1.
One, and let's finish with Sebastian, then we could go back to you guys. So we can all get a turn. We want to have everyone have a turn. Sebastian, we want to share a similarity or your differences?
Both.
Both? Go ahead.
But they already said some, but okay,
You can repeat
I'm
it.
gonna do 2 right here,
Go ahead.
and 1 right here.
Okay, go ahead.
So for Aladdin, for different, I put the mostly took place at Persia,
Uh-huh.
and for Alice, it took place in Wonderland.
All right, setting, right? That's your story element, setting.
Yeah,
all
and
right.
also the other setting is that for Aladdin,
Mm-hmm.
it had 6 settings. It has 6 places.
6
It
places.
had Persia,
Uh-huh.
North Africa, home, palace, cave, and steep mountain.
Uh-huh.
And then for characters, it was 9 characters.
Uh-huh.
It was Aladdin, the son, the wife, the mom, the tailor, the genie, and the magician.
Uh-huh. Well, you guys.
And Alice had animals.
Uh-huh.
And for there was one setting, it was Wonderland.
Uh-huh.
And 8 characters, it was
Let's see, who are your 8 characters?
Caterpillar, Dormouse, the brown rabbit, and the white rabbit. Alice, the sister, the Cheshire Cat, but I didn't put it because it was too big.
Uh-huh.
And the Mad Hatter and the Queen of Hearts.
Wow, that's a lot.
And for the similar, that both of them have people and mad strangers and bad and good.
Bad and good things happen. Yes. Thank you, Sebastian. I like that. You very in depth. Yes, it's yeah. What were you gonna share?
Here in Alice in different
Uh-huh.
and in Aladdin different was trapped
Okay, all right. So, an event that happened. She's comparing what story elements? The events, right? So in the Alice, it's Ayana saying the event of them playing croquet happened in the story of Alice, and the event that happened in Aladdin, is that he got trapped in the cave. That is different. In one story, the event was them playing a game, and the other story was Aladdin trapped in the cave. Thank you, Tayana. Last final thought, Jeremiah.
So also I want to do one for story elements setting.
Setting, all right. Similarity or different?
Different.
Different, all right. Tell me, what are the settings?
Settings for Aladdin is in many different places.
Uh-huh.
Like there's a lot of places like the cave,
Mhm.
the desert,
Mhm.
and North Africa. A lot of places, but it's like only 3 places in Alice.
Uh-huh.
They're kind of like no, they're not. They're different because they're not in. Alice is in like Wonderland,
Uh-huh.
and like Aladdin's in the desert.
So,
So it's like one that's really hot,
uh-huh.
and like it's one that's normal. Like Aladdin over there, it's normal. It's not like that hard, that cold, but over there, Alice said it's hot, and there's only 3 places. It's Wonderland. 2 places, Wonderland and in England.
In England, all right. Yeah, I like that. So Jeremiah was saying how in Aladdin it's hot, right? Jeremiah, it's hot. It's Persia, like you're saying. The desert. And then he was saying that the woods, is it the riverbanks or the woods? Is it cold or hot? Or is it just nice? Is it nice weather?
It's funny.
Yes. So that's the difference. In one story, Aladdin, it's hot. In the other story, it's much more fresh and relaxing. Where would you rather be, Jeremiah? In the woods or in the desert?
The woods,
Right.
because there might not be that much water in like desert.
Yeah,
And you need water to survive and food.
Mhm.
But
And it could be-
jungle could have like bananas, apples, like any of the fruit. Yeah, like the
But like if you found the genie, then you'd be like totally
You'll
alive.
be okay regardless,
Yeah,
right?
but If you only grant you 3 wishes, I don't think it would be that good because you would probably only survive for like, I don't know, like 3 years because but if he gives you infinite wishes,
Then you're
totally safe. Like he can live for any time,
right?
Like if you bring the lamp and then you get really old, you could just. I wish to be back to normal again.
Back
and
to
then,
young.
Yeah.
Right? And that's Tom. Wait. Let me get to it, Tiana. Really fast, right? Real quick. What is it?
So you know, in the desert, it barely rains, so there's water with food, so you can survive.
That's true. That's why it's a desert. That's why it's
It's really hot.
It's a Yana.
In Aladdin, his mother, she was an adult. But for Alice, she had a sister that was like almost like her.
Oh, last thought. She's the It's a Yana said what's different and the same. In both stories, Aladdin's taking care about his mom, just like Alice taking care about her sister. But Aladdin's mom, is she old or young?
Oh,
She's probably older, right?
yeah.
And Alice's sister, is she old or is he pretty much young like her sister?
She's like Aladdin.
Like young, you're right?
She's like a teenager or a kid.
Yeah, so both stories have someone that takes care of them, but they're not the same
She's
age.
like 10 and like Alice like 7.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, thank you.
She's able to like.
So you guys did a good job on this section. You guys finished up. Are you guys happy that you finished the lesson?
Yes.
Did you guys like the compare and contrast of the stories?
I did, but I want to keep on reading.
Right? Remember, what did we learn about?
Story
Story elements. And why were we learning about story elements? Why so?
Because so we can like learn what's different and what's the same about these stories.
Yes, there you go. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and that will end our lesson for today. Thank you.